Hey, it's me, Reverend Megas. What's up? We have a reading here about balance. We have a reading here about balance. Somebody is wondering how on earth to step into something new, how to balance everything in order to step into something new. And I've already pulled some cards and been looking at this because I like to spend some time with it. So we're going to talk about that. Let's look at this Two of Pentacles. For being a Pentacles card, there's a lot of water in here. Look at all the stormy seas back there. The boats riding those big waves. There's this fish in this fishbowl up here. It's a lot of water. We've got this rat down here, right? So we've got all of these stormy seas here, and this cat has this fishbowl with a fish in it. It's like trying to contain emotions and fear. This rat that wants to scurry away. So it's like trying to balance our emotions. There's like a game board here too. It's like half a chessboard. It's like playing a game, but is it playing a game? Because those seas are really rocky back there. There's a lot of emotional turmoil. There's a lot of hidden emotional turmoil. Things may present pretty stable together, but it takes a lot of effort to make it look this way. And that's what the theme of this question is, involving that balance. And it's funny because I feel like the question in somebody's mind may have been more just about balancing the material things and people and stuff in our life. And this card is saying, no, there's a lot more to this for you. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of emotional stuff that needs to be processed and managed. And that's why things are feeling extra difficult and why it takes so much effort to hold all this together right now. Let's look at the background here with the Six of Pentacles. This is such an interesting card. I mean, it almost looks like just utter chaos, right? We've got this delightful basket of toys somebody's been having a heck of a time with. Some other people may be coming up here saying, hey, can we have a fluff ball? They look pretty cool. Clarifying that though, I pulled some cards to clarify. Lots of pentacles here. So, whatever we're coming from is very material focused. It's very physical focused. It's very material life focused. It's very, I'm working to secure a stable foundation financially for myself, materially for myself. I planted some seeds. I'm watching things grow, but there's something else happening here. There's something else that happened here that's not exactly balanced, and it feels like things that are coming up are addiction, substance use, binging, and overuse, and being out of control. Maybe money flying out of hands and there not being enough for everything because of that. Other situations that kind of thwarted that balance that you were looking for. Like, we didn't even get to the 7 where we saw things were taken off because things started to already fall apart. I feel like too there might have been some sort of there may have been some sort of dishonesty, or somebody who was like, hey, that looks cool, can I help you out with that, and may have like taken something at some point. That's what I'm hearing. So there was a lot of obstacles to reaching this 10 of Pentacles. There have been a lot of obstacles to reaching these 10 of Pentacles, and it just feels like it's been just terribly unfocused, and everything is all over and scattered and just a mess. And here's the interesting part here in the present situation with the Seeker is this 10 of Cups. This is really interesting how we have this person now in this 10 of Cups place. After having been in this 10 of Pentacles place for so long, it's like it feels like somebody realized that all that material stuff doesn't mean anything without this underneath it, that emotional fulfillment and those emotional bonds, that family, that community, the people around you. And again, I feel like there was some dishonesty and substance use. And, when substance use is involved, the problem is, like, substance use, people are affected. If you're always hanging out with people when they're on substance, you don't really know them. You don't actually know who they are without that substance. So if, that's the kind of community and crowd that you're in, you find that friendships and connections don't really ever get that deep because of that. They can look that way. They can sometimes feel that way, but they don't actually ever get that deep. And when things are tested is when you find out. Interestingly enough here, this 10 of Cups, I pulled card to clarify, and we have the Tower coming out in flux. It's like something fell apart, something was revealed. And somebody doesn't want to let go. Can we clarify that Tower? Can I get one more card on that Tower? There it goes. I almost wanted to fall on the floor. Oh, okay. Queen of Pentacles. Somebody stable. Somebody, oh wow, that Queen of Pentacles is looking like somebody you were building this with. Somebody that you were building this with. And I'm not even, this may have been a business partner, this may have been a friend. There's really, it's very work and career focused, and it feels like whatever this venture was, it's fallen apart. And the message from Spirit card here is the World. So I feel like this person whose energy I'm reading here, who's asking about balance, who's asking about how to manage all this stuff, I feel like Spirit is like, this isn't working. It's time to move into that next cycle. It's time to put an end to these blocks to why this wasn't working, and move into this new cycle. And interestingly enough, we have in sort of the hopes and fears and environment and stuff position, we have this Emperor. Look at what he's standing on. He's got this 4-stepped platform. There's wands, there's cups, there's swords, and there's pentacles on top. Now, in order of the boxes, the pentacles are the smallest on the top. Interestingly enough, on the background side of this reading, everything is pentacles. Everything is pentacles. We have all these pentacles. Now, if we're going based on like the order here on the boxes, that would make this very top heavy. And he wouldn't be able to stand on top of his box and say, these are my boxes. He is looking towards the future, and he's looking for mastery of all these things. The funny thing is, as we move into the future, is when the wands and the swords start to come out. Clarifying that Emperor is this 9 of Wands. I feel like this has been so hard for you. This has been very rough for you. It feels very unfair. It just feels very messy and sloppy. There's a sense of like that I'm feeling disappointment in people, just being continually being disappointed in people, lack of integrity, lack of follow-through, really a lack of pentacles, a lack of that stability. So everything focused so hard on stability, yet there really being a big lack of it. We have this 9 of Wands here. This wounded warrior, he's been through it. He's been through it. I mean, this poor guy. Still, still trying to fight, but the thing is, we don't need to fight at this point. We need to allow. And I know the Tower is an awful, scary looking card, but there is always illumination that comes through that. There's always understanding that comes from letting things fall apart and then looking at what's left and understanding why things fell apart and what was revealed in that process. As we move into like the answer, we have this Two of Swords. I find this really interesting. We came from the Two of Pentacles with the question to the Two of Swords, sort of in the answer. Look at that. I mean, this is all about balance, but look again, lots of water. So again, we have an air card with the swords, but there's a lot of water in it. And we have this Pentacles card with so much water in it. So really what I'm hearing is that the issue isn't logical or mental or material, financial. There is a lot of emotional stuff that needs to be paid attention to. It is in everything. It's in everything that you want to achieve right now. That emotional balance and looking at that hidden stuff. It's all in the background, right? So you're not actually looking at it, although here you are looking at it, so you know probably at this point that this is something that you have to do. Containing it is not really a thing. It's more that, yes, you do have to let it be as big as it is and feel it as big as it is, so that you can find that strength and that courage to face it and find that balance. And it's not like the big emotions are gone, but the fear is gone. We're walking out on that rope despite those big emotions. Gosh, who knows, that fear is probably still there, because it always is, it gets to a point where you do it anyway. And then you get used to doing it anyway. Clarifying that Two of Swords. We've got the King of Pentacles. I'm looking at his face, and I keep seeing like his eyes are just shut. Like he's blind, or like he's forcing his eyes closed. He's ignoring something. This Queen of Pentacles, though, in this spread, they're facing away from each other. So this person, this partner, this whatever situation this was is over and done and in the past. And the questioner is moving forward with their piece of this. But it also feels like they're not seeing something. They're not seeing something. Either they're refusing to see it or they're having trouble seeing it. And then we've got this Nine of Pentacles also coming out, looking back at the world. I think, questioner, like, even if you would be perfectly capable of doing this on your own, I think you don't want to. And I think that's a perfectly valid choice to make. You don't have to be doing this stupid life thing alone. You don't have to be doing any of your projects alone if you don't want to. But we do have to step off into a new direction now, and you know that. And everything that matters in this spread, the balance, the question, the answer, the clarification, we're all looking at this world, this moving into the next thing, and you know what it is. And you know who they are. And you know what they bring. What's stopping you? Well, not wanting to see things fall apart, really. Like, this whole situation that has been present in your life for so long falling apart is terrifying. You don't want to let that go. You're gonna be fine. There's plenty of good. Wow. Okay. Super creative. Wow. Honestly, I feel like you may have even recently experienced a resurgence in creativity just because of all of this. We've got Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Now we've got king and we've got knight, but guess what? Yeah, his eyes are open. He's also moving. That goat may take a while, but at least he's moving. We've got 2 of cups. 3 of cups. 6 of wands. Strength. What's stopping you? This is beautiful. Let go. Move forward. You are right to look for this. This is the foundation of everything moving forward. Those cups. Got emotional fulfillment. It takes more than just things and stuff and jobs and people. And you know that now. And if you see something that you want to go after, maybe you should. Just be careful how you do it. Probably more bark than bite, though.